Hi there, Tina Spalding here, Trance Channel for Lesson 10 of A Course in Miracles. It's 2019. I'm really happy that you have decided to do these lessons with me and Jesus this year. It is a transformative program that has absolutely changed my life. And so I'm very pleased to share this experience with you. So I'm going to read the text from A Course in Miracles as it appears in print, and then I'll channel Jesus afterwards. So lesson 10, my thoughts do not mean anything. This idea applies to all the thoughts of which you are aware or become aware of in the practice periods. The reason the idea is applicable to all of them is that they are not your real thoughts. We have made this distinction before and will do so again. You have no basis for comparison as yet. When you do, you will have no doubt that what you once believed were your thoughts did not mean anything. This is the second time we have used this kind of idea. The form is only slightly different. This time the idea is introduced with my thoughts instead of these thoughts. And no link is made overtly with the things around you. The emphasis is now on the lack of reality of what you think you think. This aspect of the correction process began with the idea that the thoughts of which you are aware are meaningless, outside rather than within, and then stressed their past rather than their present status. Now we are emphasizing that the presence of these thoughts means that you are not thinking. This is merely another way of repeating our earlier statement that your mind is really a blank. To recognize this is to recognize nothingness when you think you see it. As such, it is the prerequisite for vision. Close your eyes for these exercises and introduce them by repeating the idea for today quite slowly to yourself. Then add, this idea will help to release me from all that I now believe. The exercises consist, as before, in searching your mind for all the thoughts that are available to you without selection or judgment. Try to avoid classification of any kind. In fact, if you find it helpful to do so, you might imagine that you are watching an oddly assorted procession going by, which has little, if any, personal meaning to you. As each one crosses your mind, say, my thought about such and such does not mean anything. My thought about doodad does not mean anything. Today's thought can obviously serve for any thought that distresses you at any time. In addition, 5 practice periods are recommended, each involving no more than a minute or so of mind searching. It is not recommended that this time period be extended, and it should be reduced to half a minute or less if you experience discomfort. Remember, however, to repeat the idea slowly before applying it specifically, and also to add, this idea will help to release me from all that I now believe. So that is lesson 10. My thoughts do not mean anything. So now I'll channel Jesus and we'll see what he has to say. Now, I am the one that you know as Jesus, and we are here together to enlighten you. That is the path that all human beings are on this planet, the path to awakening to their true nature, which is love. And that is clearly not where you are at this time, and the results and the physical manifestations on your planet of war and sickness and death are a testament to the fact that you do not know what love is yet. Even though you were made of love, from love, for love, you have walked so far down the road away from love that you have forgotten your true nature. This training program that you have decided to join in with me is your realization that you have been walking along the road in the wrong direction. And you can look at the physical manifestations in your life, in your body, in your relationships, and in your society, and know that love is lacking. What is lacking? Love is lacking. If something is lacking, what do you add to that situation? the thing that is lacking. And so you must add love to this life that you are living and this perceptual journey that you are on. But first of all, you must have your mind clarified, because most of you do not even know what love is truly, dear ones. You do not know what love is. You have been programmed into a superficial and distorted definition of what love is, and many of the acts that you actually participate in and call love are not loving at all. And so this is the clarification that we are going through now. We are going through a clarification in the fundamentals of how you look at yourself, how you look at your interior language, and how you interpret that interior language. If you respond to every thought as if it's true, you will live in a chaotic and violent world. Because most of the thoughts that are being generated in your mind are untrue, because they come from beliefs and ideas that are not loving, that have been inserted into your consciousness without your knowledge, even though you have supported them for many years, often through word, thought, and deed. So trust in this process. Trust that we are getting into the inner workings of your consciousness, even though you do not understand yet what is going to come about from that transformation. What we will tell you is that you will feel more loving. You will feel less violent. And when you do have the urge to attack or to judge or to curse somebody or to yell or shout or scream, there will come a time when you will truly have a choice and you will say, I am not going to do that anymore. So these early lessons may be a little confusing for your mind, because we are going counter to everything you have ever been taught. And we know that this is a great act of faith on your part to do these lessons and to allow us into your consciousness. And for that, we are very, very grateful. But I walk beside you on this journey, and I want you to know that my teachings have always been about love. They have never been about control or punishment, suffering, sacrifice, or martyrdom. These were lies that have been laid over the work that I have done throughout my existence. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I'm grateful that you came to join us today. We will see you again tomorrow. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.